So I thought I would start the hour with the theme from Y&R. We all know the Young and the Restless theme, but he's such a soulful brother. I thought I would start with some James Brown and Pavarotti. How does that sound to you, Victor Newman?
Tavis, my man, that song gets me every time.
Every time, doesn't it?
Every time.
Yeah.
Two absolute legends are singing this song, you know. They're both gone now.
Yeah. You are a legend, and you are still here.
Yes.
And let me just start our conversation with this. I want to just do this at the very top because I want to express to you what's in my heart. And I don't speak for all of your fans, the millions of fans around the globe. I've told Eric many times. As a matter of fact, there's a documentary. Maybe I shouldn't say it publicly, but I will anyway. I happen to know because I sat with them for a few hours the other day. There's a documentary being done about Eric Braeden, about his long-standing, iconic career. And they came to my office a couple weeks ago, and I sat for a few hours talking to them, and I was telling stories about how I know black people in particular, along with everybody else, we all love Eric Braeden. We love Victor Newman. And I was telling the story of how I was one day on the bus traveling with Aretha Franklin, Doc. I was traveling with Aretha Franklin, and when Y&R came on, you had to shut up on Aretha's bus. Everything stops. Aretha has got to watch Victor Newman on Y&R. I told the story to the documentary team. One day on my TV show on PBS, B.B. King was my guest.
My God.
And I'm on the set. I'm taping 8, 9, 10 shows a day. I'm on the set. I'm ready to go with this next taping. And I asked, is Mr. King here? BB here? They said, yes, he's here. I said, well, I'm ready to go if he is. They said, well, he's in his trailer and he hasn't come out yet. I said, did y'all knock on the door and ask him to come out, tell him we're ready to go? They said, we did, and they didn't answer. I said, well, go back again. I waited a few minutes, go back again and see if he's ready to go. They knocked on the door. Nobody answered. And I said, well, I'm going to have to go to B.B. King's bus myself because I got 3 or 4 more shows to tape today. So I walked outside on the lot, knocked on the door, and I said, it's Tavis. His bodyguard opens the door, looks at me and says, shh. He said, come on in, but shh. I walk inside, and B.B. King is watching Victor Newman on Y&R. And he tells me as soon as this is over, we can start our conversation when I get done watching Victor Newman. Oh, that's a true story. So whether it's B.B. King or Aretha Franklin or anybody else I know, everybody loves Victor Newman. But I say that in part because you are so beloved in this country and the world over that our hearts were broken. We spent 3 hours yesterday. My station broadcast live from the Altadena, Pasadena area yesterday on the 1-year anniversary of the fires. And I was heartbroken watching the news of these fires just destroying everything in their way. And when these fires got to the Palisades, and I learned a day or so later that the home of Eric Braeden had been completely burnt to the ground, everything in it lost. I reached out to Eric right away. I knew everybody in the world was trying to reach him, but I didn't call him. I just texted him and said, I'm pulling and praying for you. Let's talk whenever you feel up to it. But my heart was broken when I realized that you lost your house. I just thought about all the years you've been there, all of the love. I'm just thinking of the memorabilia, the pictures, everything about your career, your wife, your family, all of that stuff lost. And so I was heartbroken then, but I must tell you that you have no idea how much joy it brings me to see you in person, that you are still here, you're still strong as ever. And so the real blessing is that while you lost all that other stuff, you survived, and your fans still get a chance to watch you on Y&R every day. So I've always loved you. You and I have been brothers for a long time. You know that. But I want to say you face to face, I'm just grateful that your life was spared in that fire,
Tom.
man.
Very kind. And by the way, you just have such an enormous gift of gab. It's extraordinary, the way you string things together. I'm sitting next to a man I've admired for a long time.
Yeah, Dr. West is still in the studio, by the
Cornel
way.
West.
Yeah.
Wow, my man.
Yeah.
Nice to be here.
Anyway, to be frank with you, the fire was obviously devastating. It was mostly devastating to my wife. I was born in 1941 during the Second World War. So I've seen so much destruction in my life. I thought, oh well, behind us, let's now plan to rebuild. It didn't affect me all that much, to be frank with you, because I was born in 41. That means we were bombed every night, and then from 43 on, every day and night. They threw 500,000 bombs over my town alone, Kiel on the Baltic Sea.
Mm-hmm.
It was 98% destroyed, the city. We had moved to the countryside by then. So I saw that. I grew up with all this.
Yeah.
Smoke and alarms and bombs and fires. And so this really didn't affect me all that much. What affected me is the fact that the fire department was not there. And I'm sure that you and many others here in LA have discussed as to the whys and wherefores. I still don't quite know. I know that someone in the chain of command screwed up badly.
Mm-hmm.
I live in the Riviera Palisades, and it could have easily been saved, that part.
Mm-hmm.
No fire truck showed up for 3 days. And now the winds were extraordinary, no question about that. But I've talked to too many people now inside the fire department who told me that some trucks was stationed on the beach waiting for commands to go in and fight the fire.
Hold that thought, Eric. Hold that thought. Just getting started with Eric Braeden. I want to hear more about what he endured a year ago when he lost everything in that fire. There are many others, of course, and we are praying for all of them a year later. Over 70% of the people who lost their homes a year ago are still displaced, still fighting with the insurance companies. So he's just one of many, but I'm honored to have my friend Eric Braeden, Victor Newman in studio for the rest of the hour.
Sometimes he fails at fitting in, but we're okay with that. You're inside the Tavis Smiley Show.
It is one of the most lovely, sweetest, melodic
It's a great song.
theme songs of any television show ever. When you hear it, you think
Great
Y&R.
song.
Do you recall, I'm going to test your memory here now. You've been Victor Newman, 45 years and counting. Do you recall when this became the theme song? How far into the show before this iconic theme song shows up? Do you
To be
recall?
honest, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know Nadia Comaneci.
Yeah.
I've met Nadia several times. We're friends, and
Yeah.
what a beautiful song this is.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. It is beautiful. She did her thing to it.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Now, I obviously I figured out it couldn't have been the theme song when the show first started all those years ago.
That was in 1973.
Exactly.
I came on in 1980.
Right.
Stunning. 1980.
Stunning, he says.
45 years.
In case you've just tuned in, our guest is Eric Braeden, better known as Victor Newman, and Dr. Cornel West is still hanging out because why not? When Victor Newman shows up, everybody wants to hang out.
That is the truth.
So we're still here. It's his conversation. We're just hanging out with him. But you were saying, I want to finish just before I move on. You were talking about the fire. You lost your house in the Palisades. You were saying that that didn't bother you so much because you've been used to that, given your being born and raised in Germany. That fire and the alarms and the bombs, sadly, you were used to that part. What got you was that the fire department didn't show up when they should have.
No, mysteriously, not for 3 days.
Yeah.
And obviously, that is what a number of people have questioned. Questioned the chain of command. Parenthetically, I would like to say that I think LA is too large of a city. It's too big of a city to control from one center. And I personally think that Palisades, Brentwood, Westwood, Part of Bel Air should form their own community. with their own police department, their own fire department. It is simply too big of a city to control, I think. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, we've been having that debate here in California for many years, as you well know, and there have been a number of things that come to mind that you said that. The North has talked about seceding, so you'd have Northern California and Southern California, like you got North Carolina and South Carolina, Virginia and West Virginia. We've had that debate for years. The Valley, a long time ago, had a vote, you recall, to try to secede from the city because of your same argument that the city's too big for one person to govern. I take your point, but this is an age-old debate in this town, whether or not the city's just too big for any one person to govern as we push toward another mayoral election here.
Right.
Yeah.
When is the election?
This year. Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, unfortunately for Karen Bass, the fire happened last year. This is, I don't think any mayor would have done well with that. So I don't want to go into it further because
sure.
it's very complex.
I get it.
A lot of lawsuits apparently have been started, and who knows what really happened. Yeah. I think the LA Times has done a pretty good job at trying to find out and get to the genesis of it all. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it any further than that. I love LA. I've come here since in 1980.
Yeah.
All right? I've been playing soccer all over town.
Yeah.
We belong to the Great Los Angeles Soccer League, the oldest sporting league in Los Angeles since 1901.
Playing soccer and boxing.
Well, boxing on 70th and Hoover.
There you go.
And the Hoover Street Gym.
And he's still got a mean jab, y'all. I can tell you, it's a mean jab.
Then 108th and Broadway.
Yeah.
I loved it. Get away from all the Hollywood shit. And excuse me, I shouldn't curse. I'm sorry. So
we will bleep it out.
And 70th and Hoover.
Yeah.
My God, Monroe Brooks, Cannonball Green, Scrap Iron Johnson.
Yeah.
All those wonderful characters. They all welcome me with open arms.
Yeah. I said to the audience, I want to just make the most of the time that we have here, so I'm going to just jump right into this because I can see it in your eyes already. If you know Eric Braeden as I do, and not just as a brilliant thespian, but as a humanist, as a citizen of the world, I always call him a citizen artist. He's not just an artist; he is a citizen artist. And so I know you want to get some of this politics that Dr. West and I were talking about in the last hour. So you want to start in Venezuela? You want to start in Minneapolis? You want to start in where do you want to start, man?
Venezuela.
Let's go to Venezuela. Talk to me. How are you reading this?
Venezuela is indicative of an absolutely non-existent foreign policy. Now, as you know, South America has always been a bailiwick of the Monroe Doctrine of America. We have done some not so good things in South America. I think of Allende in Chile, who got rid of by the CIA. I'm thinking of Somoza in Nicaragua, who then was replaced by the left wing. They became just as corrupt as the right wing. We have had an inordinate influence by the United Fruit Company, by mining companies who have exploited South America. South America has been victimized by European colonists, by the Spanish and the Portuguese. Let's face it, they would come in, the conquistadores, the 16th century, 15th century, and come in with a cross, land their troops, and said, in the name of Spain, name of the King of Spain, this is now ours. Says who?
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
And then what
Says
followed
who? Yeah.
was rape and pillaging. So we have been the Europeans have been doing this to South America for a long time. Now, Monroe, hence the Monroe Doctrine, lived next to Jefferson, by the way. Monroe wanted to prevent the Spaniards and the Portuguese to come back in again in the 1800s. Okay, I understand that. Hence the Monroe Doctrine. This clown who's in power right now.
Yeah, he's got the Donroe Doctrine now. Donroe.
It's
Don't cuss.
It's too absurd to even put wrap one's head around. So, very specifically in this case, you go in, with 150 aircraft, to a little pee-pee country like Venezuela. Big boy. It's like the New York Yankees being invited to Mexico to play against a village baseball team. They win.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
I love it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So now we go in. For what reason?
Mm-hmm.
That Miss Machado, who was the popular candidate in Venezuela, was not allowed to run by Maduro. Instead, it was the other fellow, Gonzalez, I think. Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
So, but he also won the election. Maduro stole it from him. They know it. Internationally, they know it. We know it. Bad boy. Maduro, no question about it. We take him. Now we go in and take over.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Baby's going to run it. Right? Yeah. He couldn't run his own businesses.
That's right.
He was bankrupt 6 times. He's going to run Venezuela.
Yeah.
Doesn't speak a lick of Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, little Marco, right there. Wow. He's right there. He's going to show them. And then one of the worst characters around went to Samo High.
Stephen Miller.
I don't even want to mention his name.
Yeah, I know.
All right?
I know.
He was known at Samo High to constantly arouse the anger of the Latin student population by inviting right-wing speakers.
That's right.
Okay? Known for that. He now is running ICE.
Mm-hmm.
Are you nuts?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
You breaking it down, man. You breaking it down.
So now you have Doge, Department of Government Efficiency.
Yeah.
The guy comes with a chainsaw, which he got from Milei, who is the clown president of Argentina. Why are we so supportive of Argentina? Because a number of people in the cabinet of Trump own land in Argentina. The Argentina peso was about to go down. So we come in. First 20 billion, another 20 billion, $40 billion. For Milei? Who is Milei? He gave a chainsaw to Musk,
Yeah.
who then comes in and eviscerates the American government. The most extraordinary invention ever in the history of the world. That clown from South Africa comes in with a chainsaw. And every dumb... Anyway, I can't curse, I'm sorry. Difficult to say this without cursing.
You're doing it, though. You're doing it.
So anyway, in regard to Venezuela, if we really went there to get rid of Maduro and see to it that it becomes a true democracy, right, to rectify the stealing of the election, who does he appoint? Yeah. First of all, himself.
Exactly.
He's going to run it.
Exactly.
You know he's going to run it.
Exactly.
All right. I am so happy that this poor country, sitting on a lot of oil, is in the hands of this very capable businessman who's bankrupt 6 times. This is calming to the world, by the way. You know? So now he goes in and they appoint Maduro's vice president, who's as crooked as Maduro was, to run Venezuela under our government. Do you understand? We will govern it. I see.
Can't make
when I talk about the subject matter, it is difficult not to use expletives, but I shall refrain from it. So, our foreign policy is non-existent.
Yeah.
It is all about political drama. It is all about diverting our attention from real problems. I'll tell you what the real problem is.
I'm about to ask that question. What
The
are we being diverted from?
fundamental problem with this presidency is the fact that he is entirely beholden to Putin. Entirely. It was alluded to by the Mueller report, which then was subsequently redacted by Belbar, who looked at it and says, "Oh, I don't like this," and redacted it. I love the term redacting. Oh, wonderful. I don't like this.
Scratch it out. Yeah.
See, again, I would like to use expletives, but I can't. So because Tavis put,
I put a muzzle on you.
put a muzzle on me.
Yeah.
So the genesis of that association started with Deutsche Bank. Deutsche Bank wanted to play a role on Wall Street. They didn't play a big role. Deutsche Bank was the only bank that had associations with Russian banks while Russia was still the Soviet Union. So when the Soviet Union fell apart and Putin was in Berlin, he was a KGB guy in East Germany, he saw it falling apart and he said, I will get even. I will punish America and the West. That is deeply embedded in him. That's his raison d'etre. He doesn't have any other. He hasn't done diddly-do. Again, I'm policing myself. Hadn't done diddly-do for Russia, okay? Mm-hmm. But that is his main thing. Get even. Unsettle America primarily. So the Union breaks apart. He has a semi-democracy. He suddenly assigns all of his other KGB brothers to plum jobs and CEOships of big oil companies and gas companies. They become billionaires, really. Within 2 or 3 years, they become billionaires. So who do they approach? They approach Ackerman, who was...
Hold that thought. This master class will continue. I told y'all just know him as an actor. He's a brilliant one, but he's so much more than that. Victor Newman speaks. Eric Braeden speaks. More of this master class when we come forward on Tavis Smiley.
He's a paradigm pioneer and the top-rated African-American talk show host in the nation, according to Talkers Magazine. You're tapped in with Tavis Smiley right now.
Tavis Smiley and Eric Braeden, better known as Victor Newman. Dr. Cornel West is still hanging out. You see them laughing. They've been going at it all during the break. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to keep this together. Let's put it that way. So let me just do before I get back to this master class that Eric Braeden was teaching. I just got a chance to pick up my phone during the break. This came in some minutes ago, but I missed it. So Eric, I want you to pay attention to this. So I have a really, really bright audience, and obviously I mentioned there are tons and tons of Eric Braeden fans listening right now and watching us on our YouTube channel. And leave it to our fans, to your fans to be more exact, to tell us the history of the theme song. I asked earlier, when did this song become the theme song for Y&R? Eric said, I don't really recall. So here's the evidence, the information from our audience. The theme song for The Young and the Restless, famously known as Nadia's theme, which you mentioned earlier, Nadia Comaneci. Right. Famously known as Nadia's theme, is an instrumental piece composed by Perry Botkin Jr., originally titled Cotton's Dream, from the 1971 film Bless the Beast and Children. But it gained massive popularity, of course, as the soap opera's theme and was linked to gymnast Nadia Comaneci at the 1976 Olympics, which we all know. It was used for the TV series in its 1973 premiere.
Wow.
So it was used when the show first launched. Right. Eric Braeden shows up in 1980.
Well, thank you for the information.
So there you have. I didn't know either. Yeah. It's been sampled by everybody, of course, including Mary J. Blige, famously. Everybody sampled it. So apparently, I was wrong in my assumption that it was not the theme song when the show first launched. Indeed, it was. And so there you have it, Mr. Braeden. Your fans.
Thank you to the fans. I appreciate it. I never really knew.
Yeah, now you know.
Yeah.
Leave it to your fans. Okay, I'm watching my time. It's getting away from me. I was asking you where you wanted to start. For those who just tuned in late, check out the podcast of this live conversation when it's posted later tonight so you can hear all the beginning of this conversation that you might have missed if you've just tuned in. But Eric Braeden is unpacking how he sees Donald Trump with this Donroe Doctrine. We talked earlier about the Monroe Doctrine. He's called the Donroe Doctrine. And you were telling us, where you think this Donroe Doctrine ultimately is going to take us.
Utter confusion.
Yeah.
It simply is a diversion.
Yeah.
Diversionary tactic to get away from the obvious thing, the Epstein files, and the entire Russia collusion.
Trump, he wants to be Putin. He wants to be like Putin. He admires Putin.
He owes Putin.
Owes him. Why do you say he owes him?
Because of the monies that Russia funneled through Deutsche Bank into Trump Towers.
Yeah.
Okay?
I got you.
Trump was saved economically,
by Deutsche Bank,
by Deutsche Bank, i.e. Russian money. Ackerman now is on the board of directors of the Bank of Cyprus, which is also called the Bank of Russia. This has been documented. This is not someone's figment of the imagination. It is so deep, people don't believe it. They say, oh, come on, it's ridiculous. No, it's not. Have you ever seen an American president as obsequious with any leader of another nation of the world, especially a Russian? Are you serious?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Yep.
Never, ever.
Yep.
He stands at a press conference in Helsinki next to Putin and has the audacity to say, I think Russia's intelligence service is better than ours. You serious? He gets away with it.
Yeah.
Because somehow the MAGA people have convinced people that this country is so badly run by leftists, what does that even mean? That even Russia is better.
What?
Now, why do some of these boys from Fox News, etc., gravitate towards Russia? Who was the fellow who went to Russia and interviewed Putin, etc.? The guy from Fox.
Brett Baer? Was it Brett Baer?
No, the other guy.
I know. Go ahead.
Doesn't make a difference. So, they admire Orban, they admire Erdogan, they admire Putin, they admire Xi, they admire Kim Jong-un. These are all autocrats.
Was it Tucker Carlson? Is that who it was?
Tucker Carlson.
It was Tucker, that's who it was.
Tucker
It
Carlson.
came back to me, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Looks like a
Don't cuss.
peeled egg. Fat boy.
A peeled egg.
Right? And goes and does a documentary in Moscow saying how great it all is.
That's right.
Are you
Yeah,
kidding?
Yeah.
So, outrageous.
Yeah.
So what does all that, though, mean?
What's it all mean?
It all means that the extreme right wing, everywhere in the world, is racist. These are all white guys,
No matter where they are.
no matter where they are.
Yeah.
They're all white guys. They're all against infusion of colored people into Europe, Russia, etc., etc. Orban primarily.
Yeah.
Do you understand? That is really underlying it all, because why would otherwise sane people agree to some of the policies that are expounded upon by this man?
Yeah. Let me ask you this question.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, let me ask you this. And
That
this
makes sense.
I got it. Makes sense. This is not a kiss up. You've known me too long to know that. I don't ask kiss up questions. That's not my way. But I am curious, given that you went there so openly, so transparently, as you always do, about these being all white guys. How did this one white guy, how did Eric Braeden, particularly given from whence you come, become so enlightened and not so duped like all these other white guys?
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
That's a good question. And I think it has to do with having gone through a lot of stuff in life and having played sports. Sports are the great equalizer.
You're good friends with Stephen A. Smith, aren't you?
Yes.
You and Stephen A. are good friends.
Stephen A., we're good friends. We have arguments here and there, but we are very good friends. He's an old friend. Great man. He should be on your show.
He's been on before. We'll get him back.
Oh, that's nice.
We'll get him back. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yep. So sports.
I used to box at the 70th and Hoover, 108th and Broadway. Met all the brothers. Was always welcomed. Let me ask you this question. Did you decide who your parents are? Did I decide who my parents are? Did Trump decide who his parents are? Did any of us decide who our parents are? Ask yourself that simple question. It's by chance, luck. Who knows? The point is, when you play sports, I played for a Jewish team. I'm not Jewish. I played for a Jewish team called the Maccabees because I was sick and tired of being blamed as a German for what happened during the Second World War. It was horrendous. So I said, what can I do to somehow make up for it? Because it deeply, deeply impressed me and bothered me. There was a Swedish documentary called Mein Kampf that I saw in about 1962-63. I was homesick. In Germany, we didn't discuss the Second World War nor Mein Kampf in the 50s in high school. Never talked about it. We just knew we had lost the war. We didn't talk about all Holocaust. None of that was mentioned. That came about in the 60s. I left in 59. So about 61, 62, there was a theater on Beverly Drive and Wilshire Boulevard. And they showed Mein Kampf. And I was homesick. I said, oh. It was a Swedish documentary. That was obviously the most extraordinarily devastating moment in my young life, intellectual life. I saw that, and I saw the scenes of concentration camps and all that, and I said, whoa. I was dumbfounded. Thought about this forever since. Wrote angry letters back to my mother. I said, that is what the older generation stood for. My father was part of the party initially. He was mayor of the town I grew up in. He was a decent man, as far as I knew. Went along with that stuff in the early years for economic reasons. Because one thing you have to say about Hitler, in the first 5 years between 33 and 38, what he accomplished economically and in foreign policy was extraordinary. Extraordinary. Unheard of. Unparalleled. So a lot of people said, yeah. Most people didn't read Mein Kampf. Most people didn't. His remarks about Jews and all that, no one took it that seriously. The ones who went to Samaj did, others ignored it. Then, as Pastor Niemöller said, Cornel West knows about that very well, he was first for the Nazis, and then he began to see what that was all about. And he said, first they arrested the communists. I'm not a communist, so I didn't speak out. Then they arrested the socialists. I'm not a socialist. I didn't speak out. Then they arrested the unionists. Again, I didn't speak out. Then they arrested the Jews. I'm not a Jew, so I didn't speak out. Then they arrested me, and there was no one left to speak out.
His name is Victor Braeden. This conversation will continue when we come forward. He laid that out powerfully. He mentions the name of Hitler a moment ago, and I'm going to ask an impolitic question. But there are any number of people who have been making comparisons between Hitler and Donald Trump. It's an uneasy conversation, but I can have it with Eric Braeden. Of course, J.D. Vance at one point made a comparison between Hitler and Trump, and he's Trump's vice president. But we're going to talk about whether or not that comparison is bankrupt, whether it's apropos. I don't know what it is, but people are, as particularly as Donald Trump leans into this Donroe doctrine, are making that comparison more and more. We'll talk about it with Eric Braeden when we come forward on Tavis, Smiley.
Freedom is an endless meeting. So let's get back to it with Tavis Smiley.
Tavis Smiley and Eric Braeden, better known as Victor Newman to many of you who are Y&R fans. My time is getting tight, Eric Braeden. Two things I want to ask you. Let me start with this Hitler thing. And again, this is some dangerous terrain, but if anybody can handle it, you can. More people are making these comparisons between Trump and Hitler. That's his end game with this Donroe doctrine. Again, I think it's safe ground because J.D. Vance, his vice president, once made a Hitler reference in comparison to him. What do you make of those kinds of references?
Well, I find it laughable, partly,
Okay.
And just on the face of it, laughable. You know, the Nazis were serious. That was a serious power.
Yeah.
And I think Project 2025 has taken a lot of elements of Nazi propaganda and all that, it's basically based on race. It's Christian nationalism, which is an oxymoron, if there ever was one.
If ever there was one, yeah.
Because
that's true, yeah.
The Christ that I learned about was a universalist and acceptor of all peoples.
That's right.
Of all classes, of the poorest of the poor.
That's right.
If you want to know what instructs me, partly it is that image of Christ. And the questions I asked after my father died, fundamental questions about life and death and all that. And I ignored all that. What impressed me was a German called Albert Schweitzer, who was a doctor who gave all of his money and life to a leper colony in Africa and helped them for years and years. Came back, gave concerts on the organ, played Bach and all that, and got money and put it all into the leper colony. That touched me enormously.
I said earlier that I've always known you to be a humanist, and you mentioned Christ as a universalist. Indeed, he was, and so I have regarded my friend Eric Braeden for all the years I've known him as a universalist and a humanist. He is as fine a human being as you will ever meet. In our remaining moments with him, I want to circle back to something he said earlier.
And excuse me, Tavis,
yes.
but it is the American foundation that is based on law that really encompasses all people. It's based on law and justice. It is not based on one religion or the other.
That's right.
Because a religion inevitably, inherently, looks down on another religion. They do. There's a separation. Law does not separate. That was the genius of the Founding Fathers. To base this country on law, on the Constitution.
That Trump is now trying to upend
of course.
And overturn every way he
can.
can.
That is what I resent more than anything, because I love this country.
I get it.
To hell with him.
My exit question for Eric Braeden when we come forward, he mentioned this earlier about Trump getting away with it. I want to just get his take on why, at least at the moment, he thinks Trump is getting away with it. You're listening to Eric Braeden on Tavis Smiley.
Less monologue, more dialogue. Tavis Smiley continues right now.
He does indeed. For these last 3 minutes with Eric Braeden, we know him as Victor Newman, of course, all these years on Y&R. Amazing actor, but just a better human being. So you said very quickly earlier that in some ways Trump is getting away with this at the moment. Why do you think that is at the moment?
Because it is so overwhelming.
Yeah.
What is happening is so overwhelming that people have no time to really think, except the ones who think, who realize what's going on. But very few people have the time. We are inundated with news all day long. And as Steve Bannon said, this is all planned.
Predictable,
Steve Bannon said, flood the zone.
That's right.
Flood the zone. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
One impossible, impertinent thing after the other. But it'll all come to a screeching halt one day.
Dr. West, it's been a master class for the last hour, has it not?
I'm telling you, brother, it's great to sit here and see you brothers engaged in such a high-quality conversation with this dear brother Eric, who got so much soul, so much style, so much intellect, so much artistry. And he reminds me of the highest humanist tradition of Europe, which is Beethoven, Brahms, Goethe, Schiller. And that brings a critique on gangsters like Hitler in the same country, but the highest achievements of moral excellence and some of the lowest enactments of immorality. Every nation has it. Every civilization has it. That's why we love our brother Eric.
That's why we love him. And on that note, I will bring to a close this amazing hour. It always is when Eric Braeden shows up. Victor Newman lives forever? Forever?
Victor Newman, as far as I know, hell yes. But let me tell you.
You got 30 seconds, all yours.
I love this country. This country is based on a very solid bedrock. We've gotten away from it by now because of some media, mostly some media, okay? This man would not be in the house that he is in without Fox News. Let me put it very simply.
That's true.
Rupert Murdoch has done a lot of damage to this country. Done a lot of damage to England with Brexit. But that said, I strongly believe in the basic decency of America. We shall prevail. There's no country in the world that can assume the leadership of the world. No country in the world can. Not Russia, not China. Europe isn't ready. America must resume that mantle and that leadership.
It's the last word from Eric Braeden, who I adore and love, and I'm always grateful for these conversations, my friend.
Thanks, man.
Thank you for your time. Pulling and praying for you and your family as
Thank
you
you,
rebuild that house.
You bet.
All right.